So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Sunday grid. And we're doing it today with a fantastic, a little French wine called Le Vénéron. And it is a Shiraz, and it is fabulous. And it's one of those that is better chilled, especially in the summer. Though today I'm freezing my buns off. It is cold here today. Okay, so we have a Sunday grid here. The title is there, an echo in here, which sounds like we're going to have either double entendre to consider, or maybe words that have two. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just saying, is there an echo? See, something, homonyms, right? You know, we'll see what we got. But this is a John Kugelman construction. Always a clever grid construction by him. Edited by Joel Faliano. As always, our best to Mr. Will Shorts. Look, hi. Get better soon. So, man, I say this every Sunday, but this is a ginormous grid. It is absolutely ginormous. Okay, so the only way you can eat an elephant effectively is one bite at a time. So why don't we give that a shot? So, swept style. I'm not even going to start. I'm just going to put in what I think it is. I think this might be an updo. I can't think of anything else, and it's also the one hairstyle I hated to do as a young cosmetologist. Resistance units, ohms. Now I feel better about updo. Tisk tisk, and I guess this being italicized is going to be one of our clues. Is there an echo in here? City with a cowboy hat wearing replica of the Eiffel Tower, and I know this. I know this little town like the back of my hand. This is Paris, Texas. That's too funny. Incidentally, one of the finest schools for horlogerie, which is a French term, if you're unfamiliar, for high watchmaking art. So, you know, you have like a haute cuisine. So for like, you know, really nice food, great food. You have haute cuisine, haute couture, and haute horlogerie. And that's what we're talking in Paris, Texas, of all places. There's a little junior college there, and they churn out these associate's degrees, people that are getting hired all over places like Switzerland to make watches out of Paris, Texas. Craziness. Chemical formula for lye, and I do believe that is NaOH. Some things never leave your biochemistry class, ever. Kind of like making salicylic acid for the first time and coming home with a chunk of that chalky crap going, I made aspirin. You know, oil container, maybe a drum. Tisk tisk. This is going to be double something here. Needles could be ribs. So, okay. And loses one shirt, say. How about undresses? That's pretty clever. I like that. That's funny also. Night school subject. How about English as a second language? Let's go ahead and get double in here. What do we have there? French saint, Basilica of Saint-Anne de Troyes. Yes, so got it. 3 may keep a blank if 2 of them are dead. One of my favorite quotes, actually, secret. 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Over-the-counter brand that promises guaranteed relief every time. I think that must be X-Lax. Now, what do we have here? Honold, who was the first to free solo climb El Capitan, and that is Alex. MGM's aptly named mascot, and also the Sternzeichen von meiner Frau hier ist ein Leo. The star sign of my wife. Be next to, how about a butt? That's what we got here. You're on. You're on. How about it's a bet? Home of Kurdistan's easternmost regions, and I do believe that is Iran. Oh, I have to check that for sure, though. Knock, knock. Don't know, but it looks like we have a duo down here. Plugs could be ads, so yes. So what kind of duo? No idea. Ravenclaw. Maybe you're going to go in for a Talon here, and is this a rap duo? Knock to rap, rap, knock. Vital Spark. Is this an I? First tier as a celeb. Yes, I think that's an A-lister. So I think we have Spirit. And I need to check this Nor. Word used 3 times in the Postal Service Creed. Do you remember that, Shotzi? The Postal Service Creed? No. Neither snow, nor rain, nor sleet. Oops. You get my fingers on the right keys. I just changed the I to a 0. Clarified butter. Ghee. I can never make myself spend the money for ghee when I can just clarify my own butter. You know what I mean? Owl or whippoorwill, for example. And I bet these are night birds. I don't know. What do we got here? Rear. Hind, maybe. Wrap up and okay. Poo poo. Don't poo poo my ideas. They're good ideas. Owl or whippoorwill. Yeah, I really do think this is gonna be a night bird. But we need to check that for sure because I don't really know. And I don't know is a perfectly good answer. What cognitive behavioral therapy can treat in brief, and I'm assuming we're looking for PTSD. Senator or representative as an example, both abbreviations, so maybe a politician. We've got a pretty happy gate in this grid today. Nothing that's too terribly challenging thus far. Kind of liking it. Kind of salad with hard-boiled eggs. I tell you, I think they're looking for a Cobb salad, but if you want to have some fun, look at the controversy over who actually invented the Cobb salad. There's like 30 different stories. And I don't think anybody really knows. And it's interesting. Some of them are like celebrities who are like, that's my great-great-grandfather, at the hotel, whatever, in Chicago, or the Waldorf Astoria, etc. It's kind of interesting. Thudding noise. Basic skateboarding trick. Yes, it'd be an ollie. So I think maybe a clunk. A thudding noise. Clunk. Brian in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 3 letters. No, sorry, that's going to be Enos. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's Clunk. I don't know. It feels like it can be like an NK here for some reason. Big name and allergy medication, and I think we're looking for Benadryl, which is pretty easy to do when you got that D there. Now, whether it's a Y or an I have no idea. I can never remember that, but let's take a look. Okay. As a matter of fact, that's great. Yes, because school with campuses in Abu Dhabi and Shanghai, I think, is University of New York, NYU. I think. Well, at least it's a Y there in Benadryl. She's a nurse. She should know. Poo-poo. Park worker. I'm thinking this is an R. I think this bears something. This bears or bear is because you got this poo-poo, and I'm thinking like Winnie the Pooh, but twice. And is there an echo in here? Being the theme. So I don't know. How about a park ranger? Which is all just me, steadily focused on my own confirmation biases. I get that. Fashion designer Anna, and I think we're talking about Anna Sue. Core exercise done lying down. Maybe a leg lift. Ball that just grazes the bat, perhaps. That could be a fly, perhaps. Yeah, I know. But I feel like I'm getting so out of whack here. I need to get Haagen-Dazs Shelfmate, and I guess this would be Eddie's. Helping hand. How about an aid? Choice for a twist. How about a twist of lime? Betwixt. I guess maybe a mid. Ran out of juice. Maybe died. Wind Basin people. And can't remember if those are the Ute or whom. PET scan alternative. How about an MRI? What do we got here now? Tut. Well, there's a Winnie the Pooh up there, and we got Yeah, exactly. There is a. You're right. That's right. Who said that? Was that? Well, looking at Tut Tut, interesting. Yeah, I mean it is. That is a Winnie the Pooh thing, but I think we got here the Tut might be the Mummy Returns, which is still interesting though. Let's see what the. Let's see first of all if that even works. Part of a baby's nighttime routine, maybe a bath. Built on, maybe based. Hurt, ache. Word often followed by a Roman numeral, yes, especially in playbills. Film innovation used in The Shining, and I think that's Steadicam. And I think of the hallway shots where it got longer and longer, and they were able to pull that off. So it looks like we might be right on the Mummy Returns. What do we got down here? One of the Mannings. I guess we have Eli here. And Good Morning America co-host Spencer. And I'm not... Is it Lana or Laura? I think it's maybe Laura. No, cannot remember. Bates, maybe Ebbs. Okay, very nice. Okay. Did Winnie the Pooh say okay? Tell your ride maker. I think that's a Kia. But it could have been a GMC, but I don't think so. I don't think that BACG would work. Okay. Huh. Sturm und Drang. And initialism for exhibition. I guess that could be public display of affection, maybe PDA. I don't know what else it could be. Official beer of the Boston Red Sox familiarly, and I think that's Sam Adams, and I've got Steadicam. No, it's a Steadicam. I said what I said, and y'all weren't listening. So I think, yeah, Sam Adams. And Dirty Film. Ooh. George Lucas's original surname for Luke Skywalker, and this is just going to show just how big a nerd I can be on some things, but I think it was Starkiller. I mean, I don't know, for you young folks out there, Star Wars. I mean, I was like 4 years old when the first one came out, but I was in the theater watching it, right? I mean, it was just something you had to do. So I think Dirty Film might be scum, like as in pond scum. And so we have here outpouring ideas, could be a brain dump. And some turkeys and tabbies, I guess we're talking about Toms. And Lil Abner cartoon is Andy Cap. So I guess okay is a backup copy, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay, so word in the mnemonic, every good boy does fine. I guess we've got every there. The Lincoln Memorial appeared on it until 2008. I guess it would be the cent. We often call them pennies in American English, but I think pennies are British. Deliberately try to fail informally, maybe tank. Park worker. Ball that just grazes the bat. This could be a foul tip, and therefore I was thinking that a park worker with that question mark could be really funny if it was a valet, but it turns out it could have been a valet. In fact, it probably is. Explosive initials, TNT. I mean, I rest my case. That's fabulous, though. I love that. Park worker. I'm going to park my car. Show up, perhaps. So that could have something to do with just showing up, but it could also have something to do with maybe outdoing somebody. By Jove. With a D, it's too short for zounds or zoons, depending on your pronunciation. So I'm going to go with egads. Queer identity for short. With the A, is this an R? Lead into nautical, yes, so aeronautical. So I think we've got ARO for the queer identity. And places to let out anger by smashing objects. I have not got a clue. Camera opening, probably aperture. So is this a rage something? Por otro lado. Por otro lado. And so I think it's an O there. So I keep going back to this poo-poo. This bears repeating, I think. Which I think, well, repeating with the R. Let's put the P over here, why don't we? Oh, that's a good idea, said everybody. This bears repeating. That's very clever. The Mummy Returns. I'm liking it. Backup copy. We've got a clever theme, but it is not too terribly challenging at all. And so, yeah, got me. If that's an R from otro, and this could be O, I guess. So we'll go ahead and put in the Spanish that we do know for some reason, which I have not. State with a 5-sided flag would be Ohio. That's just wrong. No. Yeah, these are rage rooms. I've never even heard of a rage room. Wow, I've been missing out a lot. Right? I can go break plates at a Greek restaurant and scream "Oh pie" every time I do it. With a little drink in my hand, exactly. Key of Mozart's Symphony Number 20, that is in G minor. But, as everybody knows, I mean, if you don't know whether it's a minor or whatever, just don't put in the I and the N. You can always put the M blank, N, and then OR. Just leave out the other part of it, right? Because G major, G minor, you only have a couple of things that will be different. Unless you're just one of those, classical music nerds like me. Glower could be to scowl. Output of some refrigerators. I guess this could be ice. And let me move my mouse. And online crafts marketplace, Etsy. Else. Corsica and Réunion. And I think these are isles. And so, I guess that'd be if not. So part of 115 down. And what is 115 down? Seminole School. Okay, that would be Florida State University. So if I'm trying to find out what would be up, and I think that's if not going across, else if not. So this must be Florida. And ow. Maybe all owls allows. I don't know. Kind of breaks a couple of rules. We got an Alt key next to this Control key. Let's see. That much is obvious. Clearly. Oh, Tannenbaum and others. These would be carols. We are nearing the Noel season very quickly, are we not? Has this year gone by for anybody else as fast as it has for me? It just seems like yesterday we were listening to Jimmy Kimmel making fun of the fact that everybody's like, can you believe it's February 1st? Can you believe it's February 1st? Yeah, it's already almost September. Haggard Fellow, I'm going to go with Merle. And Hasty Getaway, Lamb, Hubba. It's a pair of something. What is a hubba? Success has always been the greatest. Liar from Nietzsche. Okay, on the comeback trail. Maybe resurgent, but I do not feel comfortable with that at all. Quiet, hey, psst. Now I feel comfortable with it. Okay, moving on. Seasonal workers in suits, maybe mall Santas. Big supporter in modern slang, and I guess that would be a stan. It's like a big stan thing these days. Tiger's target. I don't know what that's all about. If it's Tiger Woods, it could be Tiger. It'd be a par. Group of buffalo, and those are gangs. Buffaloes are measured in gang units of measurement. Shock proof. You mean pearl clutching moments here? Is this a gasp? And payment before a deal is to ante up. And sure enough, that is a pair of pants. I guess hubba hubba, you're panting because you get a chance to see my wife running around the flat or something. I live in hubba hubba. So, up to. Don't know yet. Big step for a startup for sure. Probably the initial public offering. Jovian Moon is probably looking for Europa here. Up to. It bears no etymological relation to conifer, surprisingly. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, actually. They're talking about an F-I-R. And I guess it's Ben-na drill instead of Ben-ni drill. So, no, you're fine, sweetheart. Up to as... No, I mean, if I don't know how to spell it, I don't know how to spell it. But it usually makes me realize, wait a minute, something else isn't spelling right. So, I'm going to go with Irma Bombach for our humorist. Diamond Authorities. Well, we have a U and an M with 2 extra blanks there. I'm going to go with umpires, so umps. Talks incessantly. Well, I think we're talking about yapping. And they keep people in the dark. I don't know. Caution to the wind. I'm going to go with eye masks here. Mayor of Madrid. Didn't spoil, maybe kept. NWA straight out of Compton. Love NWA. Go for, maybe opt. And then 11. Thudding noise, be a clunk. Paper saving invoice. If they're looking for an e-bill here, that's the first bit of inelegant fill I've seen so far, or that caught my attention anyway. Exploit. Is this an F by any chance? Alaskan salmon hunters. No, these would be Kodiaks. So it's not going to be a feat. I guess it could be, well, let's just finish Kodiaks here. So exploit could be, I don't know just yet. Mirror image, maybe a self. So maybe a deed could be your exploits. Okay, so one after another. Okay, now again, that's just pretty daggum clever stuff. One after another. And, I was thinking milieu, like a setting. No, they're talking about mademoiselle in French. So in Madrid, mademoiselle in French is a señorita. I get it now. So in other words, I'm not reading the clues correctly. 9 credited roles in Barbie, and I guess, you could have guessed that without anything there. There were a lot of Kens in that movie. Side at Sydney's yearly festival of the winds. Now, I honestly, at first, I just see Sydney, and I'm thinking, I'll just put kiwi in there. They really like that fruit down that way. But no. The festival of the winds, to check it, but I'm thinking these. And we are back. No. Finally found the culprit. It's not the computer. It's none of that. What the issue was is this stupid little refrigerator. It just has a charge that happens to the line, and it makes me lose my microphone and everything, and we can't have that. So I had to pause the puzzle. We're going to just restart, and here we go, hopefully maintaining our precious audio. So, that said, why don't we hop back into our grid and see where we're at. Okay, so again, kites, I think, probably right there. Let's see what we got. carnival attraction that propels its rider sky high. I have no idea. Okay, let's just... Maybe you just need to get over here and get back in order. Okay, so tisk. That looks like it might be a double click. And if it is, that's pretty darn clever. I'm liking that one. Half of a rhyming genre name. How about side to go with the phi? Put forth, said. What 10 for and over are used in, and I guess that would be radio speak. Hold weak would be spelt in German, I guess spelt in English. I don't think I've ever used the word in English. Buddy. Steaming with off. Videography option on a smartphone. Oh, I'm going to go with teed off, I guess, for steaming. And I don't know what buddy is yet. Videography option on it. It looks like it's long enough for time lapse. Flaky mineral would be mica. So wild, maybe amok. Friends, star to friends. I don't really know anything about that. Jennifer Aniston. Primarily studies, majors in. So maybe it's just Jen. Is that how they call her? Is it just Jen instead of Jennifer? Or did I miss something here? I think this is time lapse though. I really do. I want to check that. So they call her Jen? Okay, I didn't know that. Antediluvian. Old? Really? I mean, to me, it's like pre-war, right? You know? I mean, how? It can't be old. But it looks like it is old, buddy. Got a second something going on here. Run into ram, maybe a second mate. Carnival attraction that propels its rider sky high. I guess it could be called a space shot. I don't even know what that is. Now I'm really wondering. Let's our colon in analogies is to cod liver oil. And I guess unless we really fat fingered something, we should be good to go. Call for need. And how do we do, Bob? Well, I can't think of a better way to spend 26 minutes and 7 seconds with the absolutely smartest audience, community of intelligent, big-brained, beautiful people than right here today. This was great. It was an easy puzzle. If you're proficient in English and specifically understand American frames of reference, this would be an easy puzzle for anyone to get through. It's just, of course, a megalith, right? You know, I don't know. Sundays are just behemoth. But it was a really good exercise. I enjoyed the grid today immensely. Yesterday was a fabulously clever grid, and today was also just as clever. It was just very long. And I enjoyed it. So, with that said, by the way, it is cold. I'm not sitting here feeling insecure. Just warming my fingers. I mean, tomorrow it's going to be like in the 70s, so we're not just going to turn the heat on all of a sudden, right? We're just going to kind of sweat this out or freeze this out. But anyway, fabulous grid. Let's just go ahead and knock that away for the time being, and we'll bring it back for tomorrow's Monday grid, which I hope is a clever one. I really do. And also I wanted to shout out to Randoza and to others who are constantly helping me. But it seems like Randoza is my resident IT and all things internet guy. And I really, really do appreciate that, by the way. I did not know that PWN was to own something based on mistakes that took place as a result of typos and the O and the P being so close to each other. You know, he winds up PWNing something or owning something, which I thought was very, very clever. So, yeah. And if you have any other remarks, please educate me. I think that's fabulous to know. In the meantime, I have my bicycle bell here, so we can bring down our goodbye slide very nicely. And Schatzi und I, wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auch einen Abend. Und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well. Take care out there. See you for tomorrow's grid.